And good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to December 17th, Wednesday edition of Makers and Movers Podcast. Guess what, folks? We're a week out from Christmas. Are you ready? I say I haven't even, I may have shopped some, but maybe this weekend. Maybe this weekend? Maybe. We are in the middle of a crazy last week here, so we'll give you some updates on how things are going before we get into the show this morning. First up, I need to know who you are, where you're from, what's in your cup, what the weather is like in your area, and your 5 things. What are 5 things that you are going to accomplish today? For us, it's wild because we still have a lot of stuff that needs to go out. We've got a couple jobs that still need to get finished up this week, but today's a crazy day. We got Christmas programs, so we got to take care of that. In fact, mentorship community. When this is done, I'm going to go open the Zoom room. The first one in, I'm going to let in and make in charge because we have to be out of here when that one's starting for that. So you guys will be good to go. So we've got that, and then we're going in it, and then we still have orders, and then it's an early out for school, and we're just going through it. So we've got transfers that need to get done, both glitter HTV transfers that we've got a client that we're doing stuff for, DTF, rocking and rolling with that. You guys are killing the new site, so thank you so much for that. Then we got orders to pack and pull, still have some artwork that needs approval on it, and then finish up our stores. So that's our 5. What is your 5 that you're working on? And let's check in before we get into it, because I want to talk about last night's show. We did. Renee, good morning. 32 on the way to 37 with flash freeze morning tomorrow. The Midwest. Gotta love it, right? We walked outside today. We're like, it's a heat wave out there. In fact, we saw a caterpillar like this big that was on the porch. Like, whoa, where'd you come from, buddy? It was a furry caterpillar. And Hattie was like, whoa, what's that? So yeah, it was like, it's like a heat wave. And they're like, it's not that warm. I'm like, 30 degrees. It was, it's 40 degrees warmer than it was just a few days ago. So way wild. Rustling, good morning to you. And you're real cold and raining there over in Italy. Jerry, good morning to you, Jerry. Jerry, don't forget, place an order. It requires shipping next 2 weeks. Before the end of the year, we've got a stud kit of this one. This is what we made last night, folks. Last night. These are Rhine studs. So that is the sparkling white. I think it's sparkling white and then the red. So Rhine studs, something I know we'd never seen done before on our show. So that's what we did. And now I got the hooks. So as we complete things, I can put them up here. And I think I might start checking there. But I got to check how much room I have here because I have a Romeo box that'll probably need to go there. Romeo, because we've got one of those we're going to start doing. So this is all probably going to change out here soon, but then we've got that which you can do stuff to. So pretty fun, excited with that. Hi from Germany. Well, thanks for joining us from Germany. Give me Diet Pepsi and watching candle. Oh, man, what's the most satisfying part of candle making video watching? Is it candle making where they're doing the drip candles? Are they doing, they're just pouring over? Are they the ones that they're doing them in the water where they're pouring on that? Or the ones that they're molding up? Maker videos, I can go down the rabbit hole for. Jerry's got cinnamon tea in a cup, embroidery all day there in Ohio. And Marcy said, I get a lot of air bubbles under HTV anything when applying it to my car. Any advice on that? How are you applying it? Are you just going straight on? Or are you kind of going at an angle and going out from it? Which way are you going with that? Because with that, if you're getting a lot of air bubbles, we've had good luck with doing a wet application too. So you might want to try that. I'm from the UK and cold my first time. Julie, thanks for joining us. Cold over in the UK. Now, what's cold over there? Because we got to convert for Celsius. Like right now, it's 35, so I think that's like 1. Is that what it is? I think that's what it is. Something around there. Tim, good morning to you. Tim, just go ahead when this is over. Hop in there, and I'll make Tim in charge today. Welcome, Julie from Jerry. I know, so excited. Ordering soon. Yes. Hi, Renee and Tim. Barb says, I had to figure out which YouTube to choose. Right. Are you this one or are you that one? Are you this one or are you that one? Cindy, I got so many questions for you, Miss I'm on the board. What was that all about? How'd that happen? I need more information. You should probably go back and read because he probably gave it all, but congrats to you. 32, I'm drinking Black Raz energy drink. Oh, I'm going to crack open an Arctic Vibe. We've already been going. I've been already working 4 hours this morning. So we've already made sure we've got payroll taken care of because apparently people want to get paid. So we got payroll taken care of. We've got orders. locked out, printed, ready to go. So that way we can get those going. And I got a 3D project to show you guys because I know it's not the best. I know it needs work. I know it pooped out as much as what created. I know all those things, but I wanted to do it to see if we could do it, and I'm pretty excited about it. Mail out my last order for the holidays. Very nice. Clean my desk, clean out show totes, wash table skirts, pay sales tax for this past weekend show. The tax man will get you, right? George, good morning, everyone. Good morning to you too, George. And Marcy, Ohio there as well. And Angie, I received some orange, pink, and red rhinestone studs with my Magic Clock order. I'm really impressed with them. The red will be used today. Ooh, and show them off. Show them off. I want to see what you create with them because, yeah, that's the thing is, when you think of it, you're like, oh, those aren't there. And they're really surprising, aren't they? Renee says, morning, Tim, Barb, and Cindy. And Cindy, did you print yourself any Christmas cake earrings yet? I'm sure she probably did. Warmer here on the way to 61. That's very nice. Wrapping gifts and coffee in the cup. Linda, hey there. Just got here. Rainy 59. I had to wait till Linda got here because Linda and Tim helped me out with this. So we're going to show it off. So I made the sweatshirt cup holder, right? I made the sweatshirt cup holder. But what did I do? We laid the TRW logo in it. Now, does it need issues? Yes. Is there some stuff going on with it? Yeah. Did it waste a lot of poop? Yeah. I would totally do the solid color and then just come back and paint that. But I am pretty happy with how that turned out. I was a giddy kid when we did that. It was something that they helped me with in our mentorship community on Monday, and I got printed. He loved the little guy, and it's not right if I don't put some stuff in it. So I get excited about things like that. But yes, it was off Maker's World, and then I watched a video on how we can add logos to things, and did that, and put it right in there, and there it is. I would probably. Going forward, I'd probably do one of two things. If I wanted it white, I'd print it separate, do that as a drop in, and then just glue it in there because it would cut down on time way. And it might increase the thickness of some stuff here with it. But overall, I'm happy with how it turned out. And you could use a UV decal for the logo. It would be tough, Renee, because of how we have the peaks and valleys in it. UV may crack, especially these fine lines on it. So that's something that I thought about. Flat ones, yeah, for sure. So I'm pretty excited with it. Let's see as we go through here with it. Morning, Linda. What filament? The Pet G. This is the Pet G because we got a Pet G kit with it. There's the red, the blue, white, and black. So I just did Pet G with it. We'll do one PLA. Probably do one in silk because silk looks awesome. We'll go through. It is right. It is so cute. And could this be something that we just print out in random orders? Gets things like this, maybe. We're using it today for. It's going to print out some jigs for the F1 and S1 today, and it's creating things that Corey can bring out to show our stones. Because if you missed last night's show. Let's talk about last night's show. We did rhinestone studs, yes, but we also talked about we've got new premium stones on the way. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 new colors of premium stones that we're going to test out. I think starting in January, what we're going to do is, go through and just say, hey, here's new color lines because Korean low lead's going away except for select colors. DMC is going to increase. Diamond Cut's pretty good on things. But we're going to say, hey, here's the options. Here's 5 options. The top 2 we'll bring in this month and do that until we build the inventory, limited quantity. So that way we know, is it worth bringing in? Because if not, then, we won't, but we'll want to go with it. It is cute and fun, doing that. And, hey, it's pretty cool. I was pretty digging it. Yeah. I could go with it all there. Let's see. 3D. How do you make it? It was 3D printed. So we have the Bamboo Lab P2S. We just got that. So we're going through on there with it. The crinkles. Yeah, the crinkles. I think you could use your finger. Maybe, but I'm just not sure on those fine lines. We can test it out. Plus, I need to do, if that's only, an 1.5 inches, I've got to do a bunch of them to make it worth it to print them out to go for that. Even like the color, yeah. And if I just raise that out and just bring it out just a little, so it's raised out, I could paint it pretty easier for it. Really like those Rhine studs. DMC, it depends. DMC, for the colors that we offer, I think it is pretty well stocked. I'm not. Is there something that we're out of? I think there are things that are on the way that are showing up. Some showed up yesterday and got added in there. There's more coming in the next 2 weeks for it. But that's what we're doing, is we're building that line back up. So, yeah, hopefully that answers your question there, Jerry. Okay, so jibba jabbing enough. What do you say we get into it? Because guess what it is? It's the last week, right? It is, it's by this point in December, the pressure just feels different, right? It's no longer about launching something big or chasing that holiday hype. It's about deciding what's actually going to be worth your time, your energy, and your stress in this final stretch of things. The inbox is quieter for some. It's frantic for others. And there is that temptation to squeeze in just one more thing because it feels like that last chance to make something happen this year. So we're going to talk about how to cut through that noise. We're going to talk about what still makes sense to sell in the final few days before Christmas, and just as importantly, what I would absolutely not touch at this point, slates. Even if that holiday money looks so very tempting. It's not about quitting or quitting early or leaving opportunities on the table. It's just about making some smart decisions that's going to protect your quality, your sanity, and your reputation when time is tight with it. So, number one, still sell what you can deliver without breaking your workflow. All right. So what does that mean? Well, at this stage in the season, the best things to sell are the ones that fit clearly into the window you already have running. Anything that requires special handling, extra steps, or those mental gymnastics is going to cost you more than it's worth in the final days. And the goal is to finish strong, not limp across that finish line, feeling burned out, resentful that you took the order. When your workflow is predictable, what happens is you make fewer mistakes and you really do stay calmer. That calm matters more now than what the speed does. Selling something that you already know how to produce smoothly allows you really to focus on execution instead of problem solving under pressure. So for like us, DTF printer, you're going to continue selling gang sheets because the process is just dialed in. Everything comes in, standardized production times there. Right now, 1 to 2 days. If you're placing your order before noon, it is most likely going to go out that same day. So we're really, churning that. Same thing on our supply side for TRW. Most times, as long as you're putting it in by noon Eastern time, then it is good to go out, that same day. There are some instances where it might be the next day, but for the most part, we're still selling, we're still promoting, we're still doing that stuff for it. Another example is, someone sticks to their one best-selling design. Instead of offering a bunch of things, they're like, this is all we're going to do. Here's what it is. And this is what we're going to do. There's no back and forth approvals. There's no nothing. Need a last minute gift. Here's what we got. So for this action step, what are we going to do is we're going to list products where you're only going to list products that we can produce from start to finish without stopping to think about anything, explain anything, or troubleshoot anything. These are the only things that we should be pushing to sell in these last few days of things. Now, number two, avoid anything, by all means, avoid anything that requires custom decisions or emotional labor. As we get closer to Christmas, emotionally charged customer requests, they really start coming in from people. People are stressed, they're behind, they're desperate for miracles. And then what happens? Well, that emotional weight gets transferred from them onto you when you take those last minute custom work orders too late in the season. Even if you can physically make the product, the communications alone can drain you. Custom decisions slow everything down at the very worst possible time. They introduce approval delays. They introduce revision requests and misunderstandings that you simply don't have the margin to handle right now. Protecting your energy is part of protecting your business. So some examples of this, a maker just stops taking customizations because every order turns into, can you change this real quick? Can you change that? How about move this? Can you do that? No, they just don't do it. Another one just, declines any last minute custom designs, after realizing they just cause more stress than profit. So action step for this is let's just draw a hard line around anything that requires customer input beyond checkout and clearly communicate that line. All right. That's what we're going to do. Now, number 3 is let's sell convenience, not creativity, this close to Christmas. Okay. Right now, customers aren't necessarily shopping for originality. What are they shopping for? Relief, right? They want something fast. They want something clear. They want something dependable. This isn't the time to introduce new ideas, test new creative concepts, or reinvent your offers. Just like at Christmas, Thanksgiving, it's not the time to try new recipes. Nobody wants your new weird shit. All right, we just want our staples. So right now, we want to make it easy. Right, we want to make it easy. Just going to sell easy. Convenience is going to sell better than creativity in this final week before Christmas. Because stressed out buyers, they don't really want options. They just want answers. When you simplify what you're offering, you really do reduce the friction for both you and your customer. So what can we do? Here's some examples. A lot of makers offer ready to ship items with no customization, clearly delivery expectations. Order today, they're out, done, ready to go. Another one, what they promote? They're digital gift cards instead of physical products. That eliminates the production stress entirely. Right? So for this action step is let's reframe your remaining offers around speed, clarity, and simplicity rather than uniqueness or personalization. All right. So before we get into 4 and 5, let's check back with the commentos and see what we got there for it. There it is. Crinkles are there. Even like the color. Which color? The blue and the white? Or which one were you talking about, Jerry? Random order. Jerry's always the queen of randomness. I really like those studs. Me too. Let's see. Yes, they are going. Megan, good morning to you. Oh, look, Corey commented. Jerry, DMC line has had the least amount of color choices since before us. We're working on expanding on it to have more even options. That is right. So the colors are pretty much the inventory you will carry. Not what we will carry. The colors are what we currently have. They will be added to it when they come in. Oh, and look, see, we're going to see if there are more color options we can bring in that we never carried before. It's been a process trying to communicate with the vendors. Yes, it has. It sounds frustrating. Delete my comment because it sounds too fussy. You're fine. Glad to know you're looking expanding. That's what we're doing. And that's what we're doing. So that way we are able to rock and roll and ready to go. All right. So next up, as we go into this, let's hide Jerry's hair so I can see behind it. Number 4, do not chase December revenue that creates January problems. Right? Have we all done this? It is very easy to justify taking stressful orders by telling yourself it's just for a few more days. Right? But the reality is that rush December decision often creates January fallout. Refunds, remakes, bad reviews, or exhaustion that last well into the new year. Not all revenue is worth the recovery cost. Ending the year strong, means thinking past December 25th. The orders you take now affect how you feel about your business when that calendar flips. So, choosing stability over panic, that's a sign of maturity, not, missed opportunity. So some examples of this, is a maker declined a large rush order and they just felt rested. January started and they were good to go instead of feeling burnt out. Another avoids selling fragile products late in the season to prevent those post-holiday damage complaints. So, action step for this is just ask yourself, will this order create problems for me in the future? If that answer is yes, don't take it. And in reality, that should be a thought in your head all year long. Will this order cause problems for me in the future? If it does, let's just not take it. So, number 5, sometimes the smartest sale is saying, that's all for this year, right? There really is power in knowing when to stop selling for the season. Closing or narrowing your office, it's not failure, it's leadership. Customers really do respect clarity more than chaos. And you earn trust when you stick to what you say you can deliver. Ending sales intentionally allows you to finish orders with care instead of rushing through them with resentment. It also sets the precedent for next year in training your customers. Hey, plan early, and because these are our boundaries. So some examples of this is I've seen shops post, final orders of 2025 messages. I've seen those starting as early as November. Hey, this is it. We're not taking anything. We've had it out there for 6 weeks. We're done with it. And I've seen somebody else that as of today, I think that's what they said for their things. The only thing that they're going to have listed for the rest of the year is just gift cards. That's it. They're not producing anything else the rest of the year. As soon as Friday hits, they're off for the final 2 weeks. I know a lot of people that are like that. Once Friday hits, they're done for the next 2. What about you? What are you doing? Are you closing up shop for 2 weeks? Technically, well, you will be here. We know that over the next 2 weeks, next week is going to be a wild week because Christmas Eve, half day, Christmas closed, Friday closed. Now, closed means tech support side. We'll still be here, answer questions. People will still order. We're still going to be shipping things out. We're still working through it. It's wild. We don't get holidays off, and we don't get a paycheck. This business owner stuff, man, whose idea was this, right? So as we look at this, decide today, if you're still making stuff, decide, what is your final sellable offer is for this year, and then commit to it fully. So to recap this, all right, this final week, what are we going to do? We're going to sell what fits our existing workflow. We're going to avoid custom and emotionally heavy orders. We're going to focus on convenience, not creativity. We are not going to trade January peace for December cash. And we are going to know when closing sales is the smartest move for our business. Right? Now, listen, you do not need to squeeze every possible dollar out of this week to have had a successful season. Sometimes the most confident move is just choosing calm, quality, and control when everyone else is panicking. You're going to finish strong, you're going to finish proud, and you're going to finish in a way that makes you want to come back next year and do this bigger, better, stronger than ever. Now, that's what we got for you today. Questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and drop those down below. Am I right? Am I wrong? Whatever it is. Friday show, we're going to talk about, what this season has taught you about your business, because, that's where it ends. For us, we've got Christmas programs today. Tomorrow is the Christmas Olympics at the school, and we volunteer for that. So we're going to be out for a chunk of the day there. And then the kids start Christmas break on Friday. And then it just goes. We still got cookies to do. We still got Christmas Vacation to watch. We still got Grinch to watch. We still apparently have to Christmas shop. So we've got a lot to do. And we got a long way to go and a short time to get there. We're going to do what they say can't be done. Now, somebody tell me what that is from. All right, as we go through and look and see. Guess your fussy comment remained. That's all right. We got it, Jerry. I had to take a call. I can't wait to show off my things I made. Oh, it's in live, but live is better. I can't wait to see him either, Tim. So I'll go back and make sure to watch on it. Wrestling. I have 2 weeks off from my cleaning business, so I plan to launch my Rhinestone business with wrestling. Yeah, you girl. You tell me what you need, how you need help with that. Let's get you going on that because I want to see you succeed. I want to see you crush it on this. I cannot wait. Patrick, good morning. Let's see. I close every year, December 19th through January 3rd. So we're coming up on it this week, right? I need downtime. Lots of birthdays in the holiday mix. Family time is my priority. Yes, I continue to ship ready to sell, but nothing else. That's right. That's perfect. And that's the thing is when we got into this business, like, what did you really get into it for? You got in it to miss holidays, miss birthdays, miss family events, late nights, low pay. That's what we got into it for, right? Hell no, we got in it for we could be our own boss, so we could make our own hours, so we could, be able to provide for our families. We got into it as a side hustle, and when we couldn't buy the business that I was trying to buy, that I was working at, we made a choice, and it was a tough choice because we went from that guaranteed paycheck, that guaranteed retirement, that guaranteed benefits to it's all us. And we did have those late nights, and we do have those missed things, but they are few and far between. We make sure we're able to take the kids to school every day, pick them up, attend all our functions, volunteer at the school. We're able to make everything. We're able to pick kids up when they're sick. We're able to take that when they are sick to keep them home. We're able to go on vacations. We're able to do that, and you can do all of that too. If you say you can't, I will tell you you are a liar because we did it and we still continue to do it. Even though we now have TRW, we built ourselves to be able to do that. So putting the family first, 100% all the time. Family, family, family first. I tell our staff that, hey, I never question we need time off for family things. You do you, because without that sanity and without that clarity, without just that recharge, you're no good to me. I know that sounds bad, but you're no good to me when your headspace is somewhere else. So 100% do that. Hello, friends. Jerry came to say hello on that. Hit the like button. That's right, Linda. Hello, Jerry. There it is. Smokey and the Bandit. Yeah. Yeah. I want to watch it again. We're in the Discord. Go. Yeah. 3D printing, right? Pretty sure that's where it's in there. And that is. Yeah. Jerry, Smokey and the Bandit. What do I win? You win a good job, Alex. Good job. Go watch it. That should be a holiday classic. We should go do that and then be able to get there. Wrestling, should I just set up a Shopify or a real website and social media? What do you mean by a real website? Shopify is a real website. You can do everything on Shopify. You can build it on the back end. It's a great platform to build off of. We started with Equid. Their pricing and things have, their structure it's lacking. And so we moved over to Shopify. The apps, everything with it, everything that we can do is really geared towards a small business maker, and it just really does help us out. I gotta send Corey a message. If Corey's watching, maybe she can say who is there yelling for the dog. That's right there, and you can hear that, and you can hear them pounding on whatever they're pounding because it's right outside my window every time. Like, there's nothing I can do. Okay, so yes, Shopify, where it's at with the apps, everything that you put on it, you can put your blogs, you can do your emailing, you can do everything that you need to do with it. You can set stuff up. Now, we use a separate CRM for a lot of our stuff, for our emails, for our messages, for our chat bots, for everything that's there for it. And, it can be a little pricey on that, but Shopify, you can do a ton in that. Share in Discord, how you help wrestling. We've done this, Jerry. We go all through this. We've talked about this for years on the different ways that we can do stuff and put things together for it. Thank you guys for all the support and motivation. It's helped my confidence. You got this. Thank you for the process outline. You're very welcome. You're very, very welcome. I am Chipley. Oh, and Chipley. So Chipley, especially if you're going to do that, focus on your team sales for Chipley, because it is so easy to do. Chipley, will really revolutionize the way that you do your team stores, that you can do your bulk orders, but your corporate things, anything with that, the stuff that you can set up and do, and how quickly you can do it. Yes, some of the mock-ups aren't the greatest because, they have strings over logos, but you can go in and change all that. But if you have the artwork ready to go, you can have a Chipley store excuse me, up and online within 30 minutes. And yes, it is costly to jump in, anywhere from $500,000 to jump in, to go with them. But And they'll take a percentage of sales, which, that's just standard for it. It is more than worth it. When we look back at how we were setting up stores before by building them in Ecwid or Shopify, and the hours upon hours that would go into doing that, man, going to Chipley saved us. So yes, we spent money to save money, and sometimes that's what you have to do. So that way you can do it. Oh, yeah, make some items and wear them before you set up social. Yeah, and that's the thing is, you can do the mock-ups, you can make the real ones. You do it like for us, like even on this, we're showing stuff off. And this is where the Bling Book pages come in, because you can do this where, yep, on this one, I think on this one, which one of these has two of them? We got two sides. So you can do it, you can show it off, you can make the stuff for it. Right now, we're doing a lot of, if you have kids, if you have friends that have kids, if you make them stuff to show off, to go there and do it, to be your little model. If you have kids that, or aunt, uncle, whatever, you have family that's in sports, find the team mom stuff, make it for them, make it for their parents, do that, show the stuff off, because that's what people want to see. They want to see the action. And we're going to be putting more and more designs out in the website this year, more current trending ones. We're already starting on the Valentine's Day things. I think I got my list together of Galentine's Day, single Valentine's Day. So we've got those three subsectors all doing with Valentine's Day, then Black History Month, and then Mardi Gras, and then St. Patrick's Day. So we've got 6 different categories coming up that, we're going to, at least as on the TRW side, 4 to 5 designs for each one of those. So we've got, 24 designs coming for sure in the next, 3 months of things. So we're going to keep those running and going and join there. They're trying to get the dog's attention. Yeah, but that's right outside my window and yelling and pounding on things. No good. Sorry, Renee. I'm pressing hands. Just show listen. I have the other thing on it. What do we use? So we use High Level. That's what we use for. I couldn't think for a second. We use it through somebody else. We have a marketing team that handles that for us. But realistically, at the end of the day, that's what it is. And you're going to spend, anywhere from, 100, 300, 500. It just depends on what they're doing for you. But you can do a lot of it. Jose, good morning to you. Rosalina, I made a ton of stuff for people around here in family. So I have stuff to show off. Yeah, show it off. Take pictures of everything. When we go through the process, when we're looking at things on how we can do, let's look at it. Here's all the supplies needed to make this picture, video. Here's the process of the cutting, the weeding, the brushing and the stones. Doing that. Take pictures and videos of everything that you're doing. When you press it, take it lined up picture of that. When you're videoing, take a video of the press opening, peeling off, whatever it is, packaged up, finished on a model. Pictures from one thing that you're doing. Let's look at how much pieces of content from it. One shirt, all right? One item. Supplies all together. 1. Making the template. 2. Brushing the stuff in. 3. Pressing it. 4. Peeling it. 5. Finished one. 6. 6 pieces of content from one thing there. Individually pictures, put it together in reels, put it together in stories, and just do that. The biggest, we all have these things right here. We all have these phones. They all have cameras in them. You were sitting there pressing, doing something anyway. Just remember to to take a picture. I had a mentorship call yesterday with somebody. And I said, start setting an alarm. Hey, all right, I'm going to be doing embroidery all day. Well, set an alarm for every 15 minutes to take a picture or video of what you're doing. So, yep, time to take a picture, time to take a video, and there's somebody else that when they pull all of their blanks out of the box, they have a work order form and they have a sheet that goes in there that says, did you take pictures? And they put that in the box. So when they go to put those things back in the box, they have to physically remove that. It says, oh yeah, I need to take pictures with it. I know Renee in her process sheet, she has a box for, I'm almost positive she has a box for, did you take pictures? So, build it into your thing from it. I'm excited for Pilar's new Amar design. What is it? I'm sure it'll be. Is that an acronym for something, or is that just above me that I don't know what it is? I don't know what it is because I don't know what it is. Give shirts you make for school to the principal, other office people. Find the people in charge. Yeah, and that's the thing. Find the decision makers, and you don't have to ask for anything. Hey, thought you might like this, so we're going to go ahead and hear. And a lot of times, what's it do? Turns right into a soda. Oh, thanks, Renee. We know I'm not cultured. So, yeah, now I know. Amor, Casa Amor. Ah, that's what it is. See, you have to give me context. Love Island, Casa Amor. Now I know. I'm like, what is this? Yeah, I'm a smart cookie this morning. All right, we're gonna get out of here. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Next week, Christmas Eve is on a Wednesday. Should we do a show? No show. Friday, technically we're closed. Show or no show? You guys let me know. Should we run shows? Because we can just have some general chit chat on stuff. And then the following week, same thing. Because, Wednesday, New Year's Eve, Friday, closed. So let me know on how you want to do and what you want to do. Because I'll be working anyway. I'll be in here doing stuff. And so I'm fine with that. Just let me know. Yeah. Love, but in Spanish. Was it Spanish? Is it Spanish or French? Which one is it? You guys fight it out. I don't know. I just know it from Love Island now. Casa Amor. That's where all the wildness happens. All right. Mentorship community. I will go over there and get in. I'll go over there, set it up, open. Somebody want to hop in there. Whoever hops in first, I will make you the boss so you can let people in because we have there. I'm going to be working anyway, Jerry. Jerry, we'll still have orders to pull and ship and put it all out there. I'll be in here. I enjoy talking it. Dressed in the holiday finest. I probably do a Mega Bling Christmas shirt. I'm working on a Mega Bling Valentine's Day shirt and a Mega Bling St. Patrick's Day shirt and the Easter shirt. I'm looking so we're going to start, all major holidays for things like that. We'll do it. Megan says yes shows. That's all I need. Just somebody say yes. One person shows up, we'll be good to go with it. Everybody else, hey, bring them along. Remember, sharing's caring. Go with it. All right. You guys have an amazing day. We'll be back on Friday. Until then, peace, love, press on. We'll see you then. I got to hit the button. There it is. See you guys.